standing as the auction is carrying on with Jamie Knight, director of Bonham's, and in front of one of the more extraordinary cars to come your way, I think, in a little while. An Austin-Healey with an extraordinary history.
It's a very significant motor car, and I suppose it's only natural for some of the press with the reports to focus on the 55 Le Mans accident, which of course it was part of. But as you say, there's a lot more going for the car besides just that. It's a 1953 special test car that developed into a Healey 100S, and it actually ran at the 1953 Le Mans. It was never destined to. It was part of a three-car team, but Nodge 391 and 392 were destined to race, Nodge 393 just being a support car. But after scrutineering, Nodge 391 had a collision with a lorry, so the Healey team had to think creatively, and they looked towards 393 and said, well, look, let's get the bits and race numbers off Nodge 391, put them on Nodge 393 and enter Le Mans. And actually it came 14th overall and second or third in class.
Slightly more casual era with, as far as scrutineering went, just swap the patches and the badges and the numbers and let's go run the car.
Yes, I think the British are well known for their creative thinking, especially when it comes to motorsport.
As you say, we'll talk in a moment about the 55 incident, but it had, in those 2 years, between 53 and 55, extraordinary successes all over the world.
That's right. True international works car. After the 53 Le Mans, it next reappeared early 54, and we've managed to establish that it was the car that ran at Sebring and came third overall and very much a first in class at Sebring. And it was really that result that created the S moniker for Sebring. And then after the Sebring event, later on in 54, it then went over to North America, where it ran in the Carrera Panamericana, and then the following week or two, then the Bahamas Speed Week in Nassau.
At all of those events, it was pedalled by some top-line drivers of the day. Lance Macklin, obviously, at 55 Le Mans. But some serious heavyweight names drove this car.
That's absolutely right. Lance Macklin was the main driver for the car, and the Macklin-Healey connection actually went back to Lance Macklin's father, Noel Macklin, who was with Invicta, and Donald Healey actually ran, was it the Monte Carlo Rally, I think, in an Invicta S-Type low chassis. So there's a great synergy and relationship between the Macklin and Healey families.
Now, it was a player in that tragedy, as I say, the most notorious probably motor racing accident of all time, Le Mans 1955, where Lance Macklin, in avoiding one car, moved across slightly and was caught, and the Mercedes rode up the back of it with devastating results.
It was a tragic chain of events, and if one of those elements didn't happen, then the incident would never have occurred. But really the catalyst for it was the Jaguar D-Type driven by Hawthorn, who had overtaken Macklin and then realised that he needed to stop at the pits that lap, and he swerved right, heavy on the brakes, to get into the pits in time. Macklin had nowhere to go, took just knee-jerk reaction and pulled the car to the left, and unbeknown to him, Levay was fast approaching behind. And I think, let's face it, motor racing can be, very, very dangerous, and sometimes it takes a huge moment like that for things to change, and so many things did change as a result of this accident.
So let's spin forward a little over 50 years. The car is now presented as a barn find. It still bears the marks of some of that damage, or the repairs to that damage, from the 55 Le Mans. It still has an absolutely unique engine, and I'm guessing for somebody to restore this is going to cost an awful lot of money, but they're going to be paying quite a lot of money for it, I guess.
Yeah, it's a significant motor car, and it's a significant motor car that whoever buys the car, they're actually going to enjoy the process. And I think, in all honesty, the fact that it is unrestored, pretty much untouched since, the 1960s, that's very much in the car's favour. For the one principal reason, the owner of the car, he acquired it in 1969. He did fully intend to restore the car. He wanted to get behind the wheel and drive this historic car. If he had have restored the car in the early 1970s, the due care and attention on a car of that value and the quality of the workmanship wouldn't be a patch on the workmanship that can go into the car now, and the sheer, I suppose, thoughts about how to set about the restoration, and it's restoration in the true sense of the word, which is restoring what's there, preserving as much as possible what's there. It really is like motoring archaeology. You can delve through layer upon layer of paint, and you can actually find the paint all the way back to 1953. It really is significant.
A major sale of a major motor car, and somebody's going to be spending an awful lot of time and hopefully restoring this very sensitively. But how much are they going to be paying for it? Hazard a wild guess.
I think the car's likely to make late sixes, maybe into the sevens. So if I had to put an estimate on it, 680, 720, something like that. If a couple of people get really involved, then maybe the price will move on. I think they're also considering, yes, it will cost money to restore, of course, and I think it's about 150, 200,000 pounds are the quotes that some people have been supplied with to restore the car. But boy, what a fabulous project to do.
A car, as I say, we're very privileged to offer, and we can open the bidding at £500,000. £500,000. Any advance on 500,000? 520,000 bid. At 600,000, 620,000. 680,000, 700,000, 720,000, 720,000. It's on my right at 720,000. At 720,000. I'll take 730 if it helps. I'll take another 10 if it helps. Yes? 725, thank you, 725. We're going up in 5, sir. 730. 735. 735. Yes, sir? 740. It's the only one I've got today, sir. 745. 750. 755. Take as long as you like, sir. 755. 760. 760. It's with you at the moment, so any more bids? I've got £760,000. Any advance? I'm sorry, I'm doing my job, sir. 760. Another 5? You're out? Well, thank you anyway. 760. 760. It's on my right. It's going to be sold. Last time of asking, £762,000. I'm glad you didn't let him get away with that. 765,000. Your timing is impeccable, sir. 765. You sure? Was it? Okay. We'll do pass on our best. 765,000 we're at. Are we sure? We done? We're selling the car. Last time of asking, £765,000. Congratulations, well done. 765.